keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get up field, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Brady. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. To throw, it's Brady. Throw, but incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. 7 yards, the pickup there.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 2nd down now, it's Harris. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Brady. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. A handoff to Fournette, and he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, Ray McCloud. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. Roethlisberger's throw complete there to Johnson. 7 yards to pick up there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul. So plenty of action on the field, but no one. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the 2nd half gets underway. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have 1 half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the 2nd half.
Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the 2nd half. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with a gain this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Brady now to throw. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
6 yards left on 2nd down. Brady going to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Second and 11 now. Here's Brady to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Fournette running right. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Brady's throw there complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, Using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bucs on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Brady. And he fires one, but incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Succop's kick is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. It took a while to get anything on the scoreboard, but we finally have our first points of the contest.
So the question now becomes, can they make this one stand up? And the way that these defenses have played, those 3 points almost look like 30, don't they?
Yeah, those 3 points look like a miracle right now. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead. Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on 4th down. Pass complete to Ebron. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Meanwhile, Ben's throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. Roethlisberger got to get his guys to the line as quick as he can. Ben going to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish. Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive, because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.